Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well out there. And today we're going to continue talking about the 33 principles that we set out last week to start with at the beginning of the year. And these principles kind of piggyback on one another and build on one another. So these are principles that most chiropractors build their practice on, or at least have a foundational root in their practice. So, and I just want to cover these this year just so we have a foundation of what we're doing here at West Point Family Chiropractic. So, and last time we talked about the major premise. And just to refresh your memory what that states, it states that a universal intelligence is in all matter and continually gives its properties and actions, thus maintaining it into existence. And today we're going to cover a few more. That was just one principle last time. There's 33 of them. And today we're going to group these together because they're all kind of tying together. So, sometimes we'll cover just one principle. Sometimes we'll cover other principles that tie into that. So, and these next few ones, we're going to go 2 through 5 with these principles. So I'll read the principle and then have a brief discussion about the principles. And so if at any time you have any input, please let me know. I would love to interact. And so that's whether you're in the office here for an adjustment, hey, or if you just want to interact online, do that. But do realize if you interact online, I may not get it as quick. I don't live my life on social platforms, but I do want to interact with you. So please do that. Just know it may take me some time to get back with you on that, okay? And so principle number 2 states that the chiropractic meaning of life, the expression of this intelligence through matter, is the chiropractic meaning of life. Principle number 3, the union of intelligence and matter. Life is necessarily the union of intelligence and matter. Principle number 4, the triune life. Life is a trinity having 3 necessary united factors, namely intelligence, force, and matter. And number 5, the principle number 5 is the perfection of the triune. In order to have 100% life, there must be 100% intelligence, 100% force, and 100% matter. So to sum all this up, I know we're thinking about life and that's what we want, right? That's what we want to be the best we can be. I have an 86-year-old patient, and this is what he tells me every time I see him, and I love it. I love it. I love it. He's like, Doc, I want to do the best I can for as long as I can. I tell him right back, you're doing the right thing. Let's make sure your nervous system, your brain and spinal cord is communicating with your body the best that it can. And that's how I have confidence that we're doing the best that we can for everybody that comes in through here. So, back to principle number 2, the chiropractic meaning of life. And I know that you probably think life is organic, breathing, moving. And yes, but all things have universal intelligence, even things that aren't living, like the wall behind me. It's not living, but it has properties. It has intelligence in that, in the wood that it's made from. There's intelligence in that, so that gives it a property. That's how you see that. So when you think of chiropractic meaning of life, just know it's the way it exists, the existence of whatever you're seeing, okay? There's properties to it, there's intelligence to that, whether it's a rock or definitely the living things like the trees or the plants, for sure. So just know there's intelligence in that. And the union is necessary. So there has to be a universal life force. There has to be some matter, and the intelligence gives that matter its properties. So that kind of ties in together there. And then going to principle number 4, the triune life, is that there's intelligence, which is, tells it what to do, and force, and there's a matter. So the new concept here is force. It's not like a Star Wars force where you're like, oh, it's not like that. It's just saying, there's an intelligence. Intelligence acts on matter through the force. So the force is what gives matter its property. The intelligence tells it, and the force makes the matter do that. And so that's the beautiful thing. It's like, speaking of ourselves and speaking of even chiropractically, your intelligence, your innate intelligence, which lives inside of you, your brain sends, your brain formulates that intelligence, okay? And then the force is the mental impulse. So without that mental impulse, nothing happens. Your heart is not going to beat without that mental impulse. So think of the force as the mental impulse within us, and other things, it's that impulse that makes it that, okay? And then principle number 5, the perfection of the triune. Meaning, you have to have 100% life, has to have 100% intelligence and 100% matter. So, and we say that, and 1% force. Don't forget the force things, okay? So 1% life has to have 1% intelligence, 1% force, 1% matter. And I bring that point up because when we start having surgery, start taking things out, start putting things in or whatever that's not organic to you, guess what? Your body is not going to have 1% matter. Let's say you got part of your intestines taken out, or a big thing now is your gallbladder. Well, guess what? Your body's not going to have 100% life because it doesn't have that organ to do its function that it needs to. We're missing parts here. All the parts is not a sum of a whole. All our parts are greater than the sum of a whole. Makes you. So just know, as you're going through life, try to keep your parts. Try to be the best you can be and keep your parts. And I say all that to say, hey, it's all about life. That's what it's all about. I know we think about in terms of pain, in terms of issues. And if you're having those, hey, let's get it checked out. And if you're tired of the road you're on, or you know somebody says, I don't like this, I don't like that about what I'm doing. Hey, go to my website. In the space provided next to my picture where it says learn how, enter your email address. I'm then going to send you very specific information on how I can help you get your life back without drugs and without surgery. So if that's you or someone you know, send them to my website, westpointfamilychiropractor.com. You also will find blog articles on there, other videos on there. So research it if you're having some questions. Or if you really want to talk to somebody, give us a call, 706-645-1033, or the best way to have a conversation is face-to-face, right? Come by and see us, 1106 3rd Avenue, West Point, Georgia. I'm Dr. Brenton Jones, and I would love to help you get your life back without drugs and without surgery. And here's the main thing after that. You got to keep healthy, right? Got to keep the life force flowing through you. And there's no better way of doing that than making sure there's no pressure on your nerves. I'm Dr. Brenton Jones, West Point Family Chiropractic, and I will see you real soon.